Hi everyone, good evening to all of you. Welcome to our session on the National Overseas Scholarship. I hope I'm audible to all of you. Just let me know.
Yes, sir.
Yes. All right. Thank you. All right, so students, since you know, every Sunday we have our webinar session on different topics related to overseas education. And usually, when we talk about all the scholarships which are available, so the very first one that we always talk about is National Overseas Scholarship, because since the scholarship cycle when it starts, earlier it was that the first scholarship which was notified was National Overseas Scholarship, and this used to happen in the middle of February. But since last year we have seen some changes that we checked recently, and still National Overseas Scholarship is not notified, and it is almost end of March. So probably from the next time, next cycle, we will talk about National Overseas Scholarship somewhere in March. But since still there is no official notification from the government or anything related to the changes, and we are expecting it, that it can be released at any time. That's why, from the past so many weeks, we have been talking about National Overseas Scholarship. And also, see, another benefit is that the eligibility criteria for this scheme is uniform, in the sense that whatever we talk about for this scheme, for the other scholarships as well, which are available via the state government, so they have the same sort of requirements for the students. So if you have information about this, then you can sort of use it for the other schemes also. You can get an idea about what you need to do for the other schemes also. Okay. So, first things first, let's give a brief background about National Overseas Scholarship and what sort of benefits and eligibility criteria you need for this. But before that, see, if you have come here for the first time, if you don't know who we are or what we do, so basically, the kind of inquiries which we get is that, students ask us that, sir, we have got admission in so and so university, or we want to apply for XYZ course, or they just say directly that, we want to apply for the scholarship, for the fully funded scholarship. So, what is the procedure for this? So we always tell them that, see, if you have got the offer letter already, okay, we can have a look at it and we can guide you about the process. Or if you have just started and you don't know what you need to do and how you need to proceed, we tell them that, see, first step first, you will start with the IELTS preparation. Okay. Then based on that, you'll prepare all your documents, your application. You'll apply, you'll make a list of universities where you want to get admission. You'll apply there. And the main question, so students ask us that, sir, will we get a scholarship, or how do we get scholarship? See, scholarship, it depends on your university, on your admission. Okay, so the university where you're getting admission, based on that, you will be able to apply for the funding. Okay, that is the main step. Like without admission, you cannot apply. So that's why we tell the students that get good marks in IELTS and prepare all your documents, get some work experience so that your profile is impressive, and then apply to the top universities. So once you apply to the top universities and you get an offer letter from there, then we can tell you whether you will get a scholarship or not. Because just without anything, nobody can say, right? Because that is one of the main criteria. First criteria is which university you have gotten admission. Okay. Second is the income criteria. So all the government schemes, they have some sort of income criteria. It's targeting the economically weaker sections, right? So in terms of income criteria, family income is important, right? So your whole family income, main thing is should be less than 8 lakh rupees per annum. Okay. And then the next thing is that, whatever, whichever category community you're belonging to. So you have all the relevant identification or the documentation, and, just the general PAN, Aadhaar, all those kind of things, documents which are requiring for government schemes. So this was just a brief idea about the scholarship and the eligibility and the entire process. So now let's just look a little bit in detail with respect to National Overseas Scholarship. Okay. So this we are discussing the 2026 intake. Okay, there can be some students here who are targeting for 2027 intake also, or even beyond that. So we'll give you a brief roadmap what you're supposed to follow, and you can use that for, wherever you want to go. So first things first, see this scholarship scheme or any other scholarship scheme from the government. So this is for education. Okay, this is not for work. So we get questions that, so what about a job or any kind of employment opportunities are there. So we tell them that, see, best way to get employment abroad is you need to go and you need to get a degree which is local from that area, right? And for this purpose, government is giving you offering you scholarship opportunities. So that's why we tell them that you go, you study, you get a degree, and then it's easy for you to find a job. So these schemes which we are talking about, they are specifically for education. Okay, and these are government schemes. So which government? Sometimes students get confused. So this is we are talking about our government, Indian government. Okay, not the foreign government. Because students also ask us that, sir, what about scholarships from the university? Right? So, when you apply to a foreign university, they also, based on your profile or, merit-based scholarships are there, which you can apply for. So we tell them that, see, when you are applying or when we apply for you, so whichever scholarships are available from the universities and we can apply for that as well. Correct? But there's no guarantee with respect to this. So if they offer you something, that's fine. But our main focus is that we are looking into what our government can give. And we have got the expertise and we can give the guarantee for this. So that's why we focus mostly on this. And see, these are scholarships in the sense this is not a loan that you have to, if you take the money and you have to pay it back or something. But this is a scholarship, which means that, it's based on your admission, based on your income criteria. The government is giving you the funds without much of terms and conditions. Okay. So this is a fully funded scholarship, which means that the tuition fee which you have to pay for your education. So like the cost of your, so if you go for masters, it will be 1 year or 2 years. If you're going for phd, it can be 3 years or 4 years. So the cost of education, that is completely covered, because that is the biggest expense, the major expense. Okay. These scholarships which you're talking about, they are for overseas education. Okay, so not for your domestic education, right? So if you're in 12th standard or if you're in undergraduate, right, you have the government schemes, correct? The DBT scheme and all these things. So this, what we are talking about, this is not for your domestic education. This is for overseas education. All right. Now, the main question that we keep on getting is that, sir, how can I get this scholarship, or what sort of procedure we need to follow? So we always stress this. See, there is a specific timeline you need to know about. Okay, there is a specific timeline. That means how you are supposed to prepare. So usually when we are preparing our students, like if you are in a WhatsApp group and if you have seen the updates of our students who have gone abroad, many of them have been preparing with us for a year. So for example, if you want to go in fall 26 this year, students have been preparing since fall 25 or even before that. So because there are all these steps you need to take, like IELTS, application, maybe you're getting some work also. And then at the end of all this is the scholarship application. So scholarship is like the final step of the process. But before that, we need to make sure your profile is good enough in terms of admission and you are eligible also in terms of the income. So specific timeline you need to follow. That is what we stress on. And that timeline includes getting admission in the right university. Okay, now, in the current time, see, there are so many different educational agents, and due to the internet, there's a lot of awareness also. Many different opportunities are available currently, as opposed to, maybe 5 years ago, 10 years ago. So sometimes what happens is that, students just get the admission or they come to us and we tell them about the process. And, sometimes they maybe they get diverted somewhere or they take a gap. And then after a while, they come back and they say, oh, sir, I got admission in so and so university. So what should I do, or how I should prepare? Or will I get the scholarship? See, the main thing is that, getting admission in like a university is not very difficult, because, wherever you go around here, you will find an agent who will say that, okay, I'll get you admission in this place or that place. So getting admission is not difficult. But since we are talking about government funding, there is a particular, list which is called the QS ranking. Okay, QS ranking is a list of top 200 universities of the world. So only within that list, if your college is falling, okay, and that too within the top 200. Okay, QS ranking top 200, that is the world university ranking. Okay, not the subject ranking. There are two rankings. Okay, there is for subject wise that so and so university is the best, and then there is the overall ranking where you have MIT and Imperial on top. So if your university is falling within the top 200 of that list, and that too within that top 200, so there has to be some specific university. It is not all 200 or 150 or 100 or whatever. So only the top universities out of that list, they are eligible. So that is the main thing where, we have our expertise, and where we are, guiding the students or telling them that this is how you're supposed to select, or this is where we need to target. Okay, so make sure you're getting admission in the right college. And then, since we are talking about the top universities, the cost of studying over there, the cost of living over there is high, right? So that is a major financial burden, and that is why students normally, like they are going to different consultants, and they will say that, oh, but my budget is only so much, or if it falls in my budget, then only I can go abroad, right? Because they cannot think of the top universities, as they would be quite expensive, right? Studying, living, and all these things. So for this reason, when we are talking to the students, we tell them that in order to ease this financial burden, okay, and that too specifically for students from low income backgrounds, all these schemes are, prepared by the government. So this is why we have all our webinars, to tell the students that, these are the various opportunities available. This is how you're supposed to, apply. This is whatever documentation you need. So that if a student has a very good profile, but only due to lack of funds or any other kind of, drawback, they are not able to fulfill their potential, or they are not able, or they are not unable, they are not willing to apply to the top university. So we tell them that, don't worry about the funds, because based on the government opportunities and schemes and all this, so if you plan your admission, you will be able to study in the top universities of the world. Like if you have seen in our website, or if you have seen on our YouTube channel, you can see many of the students, they are coming from very, very humble backgrounds, and they have got really good profiles, but normally they would not ever be able to study in one of these top universities because fees are so high. Like if you talk about USA, or right now everybody's moving towards Australia, where it is a 2 years master's course. So cost of studying, cost of living, all these things, this would demotivate a student who is not having a strong financial background. So, government write this in their guidelines that this is to ease the financial burden of all the low income students, families, etc., so that they can study in the top universities, and they can have that opportunity, to uh, improve their situation and to get the world class education, etc. Now, again, main thing in this is that, there are a lot of misconceptions with respect to the schemes. Like, what are you supposed to do, how you're supposed to follow, what is the eligibility, right? Because the government procedure, like other scholarships, there's not much clarity on what you're supposed to do or how you're supposed to prepare. So, which is why, again, we are having this session, and we have this session every Sunday to guide the students on what they are supposed to do. So all these questions, doubts, answers, we will look into. We'll try to clear as many misconceptions. And then at the end, we'll have a Q&A also, so that if you are still having some questions, we can answer that for you. All right. Now, next, so specifically, since we are talking about National Overseas Scholarship, right? So this scheme is targeting the economically and socially backward students. Okay, that is one thing. Total number of seats available are 125. Okay. And this is, or this scheme or any of the other government schemes, see, they are specifically for master's courses and PhD level courses. Okay, not for bachelor's level courses. You get a lot of inquiries that, right after 12th, students want to study abroad or whatever, but government does not provide any kind of funding for overseas education at undergraduate level. Okay, so if you are thinking of going abroad, we always tell them go for masters or for PhD because government can provide funding for that. Now, within this scheme, you have only certain accredited colleges or certain universities falling in that particular list. Women candidates are given a little bit of preference, and the intakes that we are looking for. So, first intake for this scheme is normally in the month of March, and in case if there are some seats left, usually there will be few seats left. That is in the month of September. Okay, March and September. So right now we were expecting it to be notified in Feb or early March or whatever, but it's still not. So we are still expecting it to be notified sometime soon. And whenever it is, see this notification you will find on the website. Okay, National Overseas Scholarship. If you just search, you will find it on the website. Whenever it is officially notified, you will have a time period of 45 days in which you can apply and submit the documents and do all the procedures. Okay, this procedure is completely online. Okay, it's an online application. You don't have to do anything physically, right? And if you're still curious about scheme guidelines or whatever, see all these things that we are discussing today is part of scheme guidelines. But if you want to go through original document, again, if you just see the National Overseas Scholarship website, you will find the details over there. All right. Now, see this particular scheme, it is for so National Overseas Scholarship. It is for 125 seats. This is divided into these three categories. Okay, so for SC students, you have 115 seats. For denotified, nomadic, and semi-nomadic tribe students, you have 6 seats. And for landless agricultural laborers and traditional artisans, you have 4 seats. So if you add this, this comes to 125. Okay. Now see, this is specifically for national overseas scholarship. Okay, national. So national means Indian government, right? But as we have a lot of students, who are belonging to different categories. So you have OBC or you have general category. Okay. And within that you have Maratha, you have Kunbi, this, that, and any other thing which I have not mentioned, so there are students belonging to minority category also, which is part of open category, right? So for all those students who are belonging to different categories, see, there are other schemes which are providing the same kind of benefits like National Overseas Scholarship. But again, those have not been notified yet. And whenever they are notified, we will have a seminar on them. So whichever one is notified first. But just know that if you're belonging to any different category, you know, specifically I'm talking about Maharashtra government, okay, not other state governments. Maharashtra government has got provisions for all kinds of students, as long as you're fitting in the income criteria, all of them you will be eligible. Okay, so if you're not falling in any one of these, be sure to be part of our WhatsApp group where we post updates about our seminars. Or if you have some profile and if you think you are eligible or if you're targeting in the next year or whatever, you just get in touch with us, you meet us in the office, and whatever is available or whatever is suiting your profile, we will be guiding you. Okay, so specifically National Overseas Scholarship, this is 115, 6 and 4, so 125 seats. All right. I see some questions. Students, just wait till the end of the session. Once we finish with the seminar, we'll have a Q&A and I'll answer all your questions. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can just put them in the chat. I'll go through them later. Or just wait till the end and one by one, we'll see all of them. Okay, so this is the distribution. Now, important points with respect to National Overseas Scholarship. See, you have 125 seats, and to ensure there is a equitable distribution, so each state, right, each state will have not more than 10% seats, in the sense, so there's 125 seats. If you take 10%, so that's around 12 seats. Okay, so any state of our country cannot be having more than 10% of that, so 10 seats or 12 seats in terms of the selection. Okay, so for example, in Maharashtra, if you have 12, 13 students who have been selected or who are eligible, right? Only so the topmost of them, so the topmost 10, 12, because that's the only amount which is available for them. Okay, rest of them, they are for the other states. Okay, so each state, no more than 10% of the students can be represented. Okay, that includes women candidates also. And this is, again, repeating, is not for undergraduate courses. Okay, government does not provide any kind of funding for undergraduate courses. It's only for masters and PhD. Another point, see, if you have already studied abroad, if you have already taken education abroad, you cannot apply for the scheme. Okay. Application is online, and usually after submitting your application, in case you want to make any changes after a week or so, they will reopen the portal so that if any document is left or any mistake has been made, or if you want to double check something, you can do so. Okay. You can make any kind of corrections. Now, the main selection procedure for this scheme, students, is that you need to have an offer letter, okay, unconditional offer letter. So we get questions as what is the offer letter and what is an unconditional offer letter. Okay, right now, every day we try to post in our WhatsApp group like updates and some sort of content for you to see. So, since the past few weeks, we have been posting updates about our students who got the scholarship and who have gone abroad, who have started their course. We have been posting links to their interviews on our YouTube channel as well. Okay, so what has happened is that normally I just post one update per day. So because of this, I have got at least 10, 15 offer letters lying with me, which I have not yet posted. So if you are part of the WhatsApp group, you will be able to see, which universities our students are getting admission in. And you will get an idea, like if you want to apply, which kind of universities you need to go for. Okay, so offer letter is basically once you have completed your IELTS, once you have prepared all your documents for application, which is like SOP, LOR, transcript, your degree, your CV, all those things, whatever is required for university, you send it to them, okay, based on your profile, you pay the application fee and whatever. And if they like your profile, then they will share the offer letter with you. That means they want you to be a part of the university. So they are offering you a place or they're giving you a seat, you can sort of imagine, right? Sometimes what happens is there are certain conditions attached that you need to pay certain amount as a deposit, or maybe certain documents are missing, or you need to provide your IELTS score or whatever. So when there is certain conditions attached, so that means it is an unconditional offer. I mean conditional offer. Okay, certain things you need to fulfill. So once you fulfill those things, the offer becomes unconditional. Okay, that means that you can straight away go into the next procedure, which is your visa, accommodation, flight, whatever, and you can join us. So when you're applying for government scheme or any government scholarship, see, this is the document which they need. It has to be an unconditional offer. Okay, if you are in our WhatsApp group, if you join our WhatsApp group, I'll share the link with you later. Tonight I will be posting, or I'll start posting the unconditional offers which we have, so you'll be able to see what sort of offers they are or what they look like. Okay, for national overseas scholarship students, it has to be within the top 500. Okay. So for this scheme, the criteria is slightly different. It has to be among the top 500 QS ranked universities. Okay. Overall ranking. Just remember this. Overall ranking. Correct. And we tell the students that, see, eligibility does not guarantee selection. So you try to get admission in a lower ranked university or as low a ranked university as possible. So we are talking about like top 100, top 50, top 25. Make sure you select the right university, because once you proceed with it, you cannot change your university in your application. Okay. And QS ranking is according to the latest QS ranking. Like just recently, I had met students who had told me that, we got admission in so and so university, and we have seen that, if you get admission in this university, you can apply for scholarship as well. But this was, they are quoting the old statistics, so they were talking maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So I tell them that, see, QS ranking changes every year. Okay, not a very big change, but every year you have a new ranking. And for sure, competition within the scholarship, it increases every year. Okay, so what, you got admission maybe in 2 years, 3 years ago, it's not the same as now, because we are increasing awareness among the students, and Students themselves, they they find or they have information, they know how to apply and all this. So make sure you check the latest QS ranking. And selection finally will be on merit basis, in the sense, the if there are like two universities, whichever one is ranked higher, that will get the preference. Okay, so for example, um, I just met a student yesterday who studied from Imperial College London, so that is ranked second in the world. So obviously, if her university is ranked second and if the other student has got a ranking which is below that, so she will get the preference. In case if there are two universities with the same rank, then whichever student has got the higher marks in graduation, that student is preferred. Right? See, all these nitty gritty, this is mentioned in the guidelines. So you can, go through that in case if you have some questions. But generally, I will cover all the points here. Now, main thing is that what sort of benefits you're getting from this scheme, okay? Why you should apply for this? So students ask us that, is this partial, it is full, how much benefit you're getting. So see, like I said, in terms of tuition fee, it is fully funded. So whatever tuition fee they are writing on your offer letter, that entire amount would be covered. Okay, that is the main thing. Now, they say that, okay, tuition fee is covered, but what about living expense? Is that also covered? So I tell them that no, see, living expense is not covered. Living expense, they call it as annual maintenance allowance. So if you're going to the UK, you will get this amount, and in any other country, you will get this amount. Okay. So your living expense has to be either within this. If it is not within this, then whatever you are, incurring above this, so that will be have to be borne by you. So in our experience, see these funds which you're getting from the government. So this will cover roughly, I would say, 60 to 70% of living expense. Okay, remaining, if you are spending more than this, then that would have to be covered by you. So you can say annual maintenance or living expense is partial. But since it is more than 50%, it is still a big amount. Now, see, on top of this, you also get a contingency allowance, which means that any kind of emergency expenses you have, you can use it for that. So $1,500 contingency allowance also you're getting. Next thing is the cost of your visa. So, before you go abroad, you'll have to book a visa appointment, visa interview, you'll have to pay for the visa. So, whatever cost you have paid for that visa, that will be reimbursed back to you. Okay. Same thing when you go abroad, you have to make sure you have some medical insurance. So, that as well, medical insurance, cost of insurance, that is also reimbursed back to you. Okay, these two things, like these three things, rather, you have to spend first. And then once you show that, I have spent so and so amount, so that is reimbursed back. So, three things: visa, health insurance, and flight ticket. So, when you're going to the university, you will book your flight, right? So, that also will be reimbursed back to you. And also, not just one way, but your return. So, when you come back as well, that will also be reimbursed back. Now, see, all these things we spoke about in terms of financial assistance. You might have a question that what is not included in this. Okay, so what is not included, I'll tell you. So when you apply to university, if you have to pay application fee, see, that is not included. When you have to apply for like the English language exam, IELTS exam, that is also not included. Okay, but rest everything else is included. So if you combine these amounts and if you think like like the amount of expenses that you're going to make, so I would say that almost 70 to 80% of your total expense is covered, depending student to student. So you can study in one of the top universities of the world at a fraction of the cost. Like, so many of our students have studied in USA. Like way back in 2023, one of our students, she went to Columbia University and her fees were almost more than one crore rupees, right? The cost of everything, studying, living, and all this. And she got a fully funded scholarship that covered majority of that amount. So the main thing is that when we say fully funded, there is no restriction on terms of the tuition fees, because students ask us that is this covering partial fees or is it limited to a certain amount or whatever. So the main thing is that there is no limit. Whatever your tuition fee would be, that entire thing is covered. So this is why we keep on telling about these scholarships. Contingency allowance, you can use it on any kind of, emergencies like books or any apparatus or any university fee or whatever. And see, along with this, students ask us that, so what about work? So can we work there? When you are in the university, like you will be able to work part-time, full-time, whatever. So yes, you can Supplement your allowance. You are allowed to work. If you go for a PhD course, you can work as a teaching assistant, you can work as a research assistant, you can earn pretty good amount of money. But like I said, see, this scholarship has got certain conditions. So it's not that, you just get admission and straight away you get the funds. Funds for the fees, they are sent to the university. But this entire scheme is contingent upon you having, good academic performance, making sure you attend the university, and so there will be all the rules, there will be the terms and conditions that you need to follow. It is not very stringent. You don't have to get like really good marks or whatever, but you have to be a good student, right? Because government is funding all this amount, so you need to make sure you're following all the rules and regulations. Okay, again, see, all this you can find on the website. Or I can tell you in short that, our students, most of our students who have gone there, they have followed all the rules and regulations, and they have ended up working in those countries. So they really didn't have all that much of a problem, or they didn't face any kind of difficulties. You know, Major issue I would say in this is that, see, what we can do is we can guide you to the top university, we can make you save your funds by getting you the scholarship. But in terms of employment, right, that is completely up to you. In US or UK or any foreign university, they don't really have campus placement. So if you getting a job that is based on your effort, or how you network, or whether you have some alumni who can give you a recommendation, that is the main thing, right? So that is something you need to look into. And that's why we tell the students that when you're going abroad, go to universities which have course duration of little bit more than 1 year, because just 1 year is not sufficient, for all these things. So that's why, right now a lot of our students are going to Australia, where duration is of 2 years. Okay, some more general eligibility criteria. So this is for Indian citizens only. If you want to apply, see, you need to have a qualifying percentage. So in your graduation, you should have at least 60%. Your age at time of application should be less than 35 years. Main thing, see, family income needs to be less than 8 lakh rupees per annum. Okay, this is the most important thing. But the scheme, the benefit is that if you are, two siblings in one family, both of you can apply for this. Okay, both of you can avail the benefit. And major thing is that if you have already gotten scholarship from government, like foreign scholarship, you cannot apply for this scheme again. So if you've already gone abroad, or if you've already gotten some sort of overseas scholarship benefit, you cannot get this again. Okay. Now, what are the documents required? See, there is a big list of documents, around 15, 20. I'll just go through some of the main ones. So your Aadhaar, PAN, if you're working, NOC from your employer, income certificate, ITR, caste certificate, caste validity, bank details, mark sheet, transcript, degree certificate, 10th standard, 12th standard documents, signature, photograph, unconditional offer letter, contact details for you and your family. Okay, this is just a basic list. Now, see, for this scholarship or any other scholarship, like I said, if you're thinking of going abroad, or even if you're going with your own funds, there is a specific timeline you need to follow. Okay, there are steps you need to take. So, again, I'll just repeat it, starting with IELTS, then documentation, application, and then scholarship. Okay, so just to give you an idea, so we just completed a IELTS batch last month. Okay, in the month of, so this month April, we will be starting our new IELTS batch as well. So for the students who are interested, if you are targeting for next year, how you need to prepare. Okay, you need to make sure that you are on the right track. Okay, what happens is that students, they ask questions, but then they get disconnected, or they get diverted, or whatever. So we always tell them, if you have any questions or doubts, do come and meet us, connect with us, call us, message us, whatever. Get an idea about the process, what you're supposed to do. Okay, then using that information, you can make a decision, right? Maybe you are going into work, or you still have some time to study abroad, or you are having just general doubts or whatever. So always just get a consultation done, get some idea from us, and then you can make decision. It's easier like that. If you're already having an offer letter from a university, send it to us so that we can look into it, we can guide you, we can tell you if you're eligible or not, or in case what steps you need to take, all these things. Form filling for the students, we tell them that, if you need some help regarding this, how we can manage it, what we can do, how we can use our expertise. And then for the students, say for example, who are not eligible for this scholarship, right? So what opportunities they are having? So any kind of, non-collateral loans, if you're looking for some funding, or any other scholarships, any merit-based, need-based scholarships from the university. Like we have a few students right now who, are going with their own funds. So what are the best opportunities for them? All those things. And then finally, see, like I was saying, for many things, we are posting updates in our WhatsApp group. So if you scan this QR code, students, you will be able to join our group. Okay, that's where we post all the updates. So make sure you are there. Okay, and if you need to connect with us directly, you can just call us. Okay, for Nagpur office, you can call sir on his number 989-232-9101. And Mumbai and around Mumbai, you can give me a call 989-232-3427. You can drop us a mail with your profile, email IDs, information at coursescounselorsandcareers.com. Our website where you can see the students who have gone abroad, their profiles as well, www.coursescounselorscareers.com. And you can come and meet us in our office in Nagpur and in Mumbai. On our YouTube channel, you can see the profiles and interviews of the students who have already gone, how they have prepared. And Instagram also, like WhatsApp, you can find updates. Okay, channel is at CCC Education. See, we have an important announcement. So next month, the first 10 days of next month, see, we are going to have workshops, and we are touring different cities in Maharashtra, and we are guiding the students. Okay, so we are having workshops in Nagpur, in Chandrapur, in Amravati, in Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, and also Nashik, Pune, Navi Mumbai, and Mumbai. So we have, like, I think 7, 8 cities that we are going to be touring, and this is going to be from next month, first week of April. Okay, and all those details we will be posting in the WhatsApp group. So if you want to meet us in person, we'll have workshops, we'll have seminar sessions like an hour or so. So like this, we will be telling the students, so in case if you're thinking about next year, or if you have an offer letter or whatever. So to find students, we are going to all these different cities. The dates and details we will be posting in the WhatsApp group. So if you want to meet us in person in one of these sessions, you can be there, and you can find the details from the WhatsApp group. Okay, and I think sir has also shared the contact details in the in the group as well. So you can connect with us anytime, any question, all these things. All right. So I'll leave the screen here. You can make a note of this. Make sure you to join the group and all. And we'll have a Q&A now. So if you have any questions for us, make sure you post it in the chat. All right. Any questions, any doubts, post it in the chat box. I'll go through them one by one. I'll see the previous questions as well. Okay. Nitish says, currently studying third year, BA Political Science. MA Political Science, yes. If you want to study abroad, you can go for MA Political Science. But see, the question is, if you're going in an arts degree, right? In order to, if you're thinking about like working in that field, many of the arts fields, you need to go for a PhD. So you can add that into your consideration. Kunal says, I got into ASU, general category. Yes, yes. In fact, one of our general category students last year, he also got into ASU, and he got a fully funded scholarship as well. So for sure, Kunal, there are opportunities. You can drop us a message or drop a mail to us with your profile, and we can talk about this. Okay. Yasmin says, fully funded scholarship. Yes, for general category students, OBC students, for everyone. See, this what I'm talking about in terms of general category. So this is from Maharashtra government. Okay, Maharashtra government, not from any other state. Okay, so National Overseas Scholarship is mostly for SC students and the laborers and artisans and all this. But Maharashtra government, so where we are based, that provides scholarship for all categories of students. So if there are students from these different categories, and if you want to know more about opportunities, you get in touch with us, email us, message us, whatever. Okay. Shubham says about block account. What about block account, Shubham? You have some question? Block amount account is, I think, in Germany, right, where you need to have certain amount of funds. I don't know how that works with like in terms of government scholarship, because government scholarship, see, the funds they provide to the university, and block account, I believe you need to show those funds in your account before you, like, at the time of the visa, right? So I don't think this would cover that. uh General category, yes, yes, general category also there are scholarships available. So if you can send us an email with your profile or with your CV or whatever, any questions you have, you can just message us. For all kinds of students there are different opportunities available. Okay. Yes. Link is not working, you say? Which link you're looking for? You can just message me on my number in case if something is not working on my number 9892323427. I can share the link with you. All right. Which university is best for political science? So political science, London School of Economics, right? That is the best university. And then there are many universities in USA also, like University of Chicago, for example. See, depends on your profile, you'll be able to shortlist. So if you share your profile with us, we can look into it. Okay. Internship experience, 2 years gap, Maharashtra. Okay. Yeah, see, if you are having some questions about eligibility or your profile, just send us your profile or connect with us, and based on this. See, I'll give you a general idea of, like I said, see, if you want to apply for scholarship, okay, the main thing is your offer letter from the top universities. And in order to get an offer letter from the top universities, you need to have a good profile in terms of, like, at least your graduation. So when I say graduation or for post graduation, you should have at least like 60%. That is like the minimum. Okay, if you're looking into it. Pursue masters in civil engineering for so and so, and open category. Yes, yes, of course. Please share your profile with us. Like I said, everybody's got an opportunity. Uh, RMIT is a good option. See, RMIT is, I think, yeah, RMIT is good. It's in Melbourne, right? But see, again, if you're going for a scholarship, right, we need to see, because see, not all universities would be eligible. So based on which subject you're going for and based on your profile, maybe we can suggest few more things to you. Like, I'll give you an example. My students, so majority of them have gone to Melbourne, University of Melbourne. Few of them have gone to Monash. Okay, I don't think I've got even one student in RMIT. So based on your profile, in case if RMIT is good for you, we can go for that. Or if something is better, we can suggest that to you as well. Okay, 8.3 CGPA, that's good. Office. So we have an office in Nagpur and in Mumbai. So Nagpur office is in Trimurti Nagar. Mumbai office is in Bandra. So whichever one is, convenient for you, we can meet there. Otherwise, like I said, see, next week, in next month, first 10 days of April, we are having the sessions in all these different cities. So you can just connect with us over there also if you need. Okay. Which country is best for computer science? See, computer science, IT, any kind of STEM field, USA is the best country. Okay, USA is number one. Beyond that, you can look into Australia. I can suggest Australia. Gone into ASU. Yes, yes. So ASU and all, see, please share your profile, share your offer letter with us. We'll look into it. We can guide you. We can tell you what sort of steps you need to take. So once again, see our contact details. You can call Sir for Nagpur office on 9892329101. Can give me a call on 9892323427. Email ID is information at coursescounselorscareers.com. You can drop us a mail. You can see our website www.coursescounselorscareers.com. You can meet us in our Nagpur office or in Mumbai office or in our workshop session next month. And you can see us on our YouTube channel as well. You can see student profiles and Follow us on Instagram as well. Okay. But main thing is please scan the QR code for the WhatsApp group. All right. Saurabh is saying completed BTech in computer science, finished MBA, transitioning into data science, uh, current opportunities, career paths. Yeah, you please come to our office. Okay, based on your profile, we can guide you. All the students, we tell them, meet us in our office. Or if you can't, give us a call, tell us about your profile, send us an email. Because these conversations, it will take time. It's specialized, right? We have like when we consult with our students, it can go easily 1 hour, 1.5 hours. There's no time limit, and there's no charge also for this. Okay, so come to our office if you're based around, or if you can attend our workshop. We'll be happy to guide you. 2026 intake for Australia. See, 2026 intake for Australia is closed. So right now you have 2027 intake. Okay, 2027 intake is in February. That is the first intake for Australia. So if you are interested in that, we can target that as well. All right. WorkX job in MS, sorry, after MS. See, you can, depends on which university you have studied in. So the profile of that university or ranking of that university. But usually we tell the students, like, for example, see, I met a student who has studied architecture and she is going to complete her intake, her degree in a couple of months. So I told her that, see, after you complete your degree, so next 6 months you spend in preparing your IELTS and application and everything, and then target the next intake. So that will be fall 27 intake. So while you're preparing application at the same time, you can study also, or you can, sorry, you can have WorkX also. So by the time she goes in like 27, she will have, at least a years of experience. So usually students at this point of time, WorkX is quite important, but sometimes, depending on the university or whatever, you can get a job also. But like I said, see, work is all about your networking and efforts that you put in after your degree. Okay, so it's better if you have WorkX. US also is 27 intake. Right now, US intake is closed. Okay, so if the students are targeting, right now you can target the Feb intake for Australia, but US intake, that will be next year. UK, some options are still open. If you're interested, UK you can go for. All right. Office in Bandra. So see, if you want an appointment, you have to connect with me. Okay. So you just give me a call and I'll share the details with you. All right. Aditya says UK is the best for MS in data science. I would say US is the best. Okay, UK has got good options, but US is the best. And data science, see, right now one of my students went for Monash University. That is quite good in data science, but STEM field US is the best. Yes, you can give me a call after the meeting. Okay. Feb 27 intake. Feb 27 intake, see, they have already started. My students have already applied. Okay. And scholarship selection is done before you go. All right. Before, not after. Uh, so you will have that surety, right? You got selected. Anyway, fine, students. I hope this was helpful. We are a little bit going above time. See, if you still have any questions or whatever, you can message me or email me. That's totally okay. And make sure you be part of our socials. You see our YouTube and all this website, etc. And like I said, we will be meeting. We will be available to meet in these two cities. We'll have a workshop also for finding more students. So if you want, you can meet us there in person or you can come to our office. Okay. So this was about National Overseas Scholarship. We see when they notify this or any other scholarship, we'll upload the information in our group so that you can be aware. And still, if you have any questions or doubts, you can just connect with us directly. We'll be happy to guide you. All right, students. So I'll just call it a day here. And of course, I want to thank all of you who are here. Every Sunday I see many of you who are available and who are attending. So of course, we appreciate that because Sunday evening to attend a seminar. So that's great. And look forward to seeing you again next week, students. We'll probably have the same topic. But like I said, if you have any other questions or doubts, you can just connect with us and we will talk about it. All right. So once again, thank you all for joining. I look forward to seeing you again next week. And I wish you a pleasant evening. And I hope you had a great weekend. All right, students, take care. Have a good evening. and I will see you next week. Thank you.